Warning, this content is not for kids. If you're a kid, off.
Frankie and I shit. It's a podcast where we talk shit all fucking day. Frankie and I shit. It's a podcast where we talk shit all fucking day.
Hello, welcome to another episode of our podcast where we like to start it off with a simple question. And that question is, who the fuck are you?
I'm your boy Frank. Who the fuck are you?
Well, can I be frank with you?
You certainly can. Who else would you rather be?
Oprah?
Well, if you, you could be Oprah if you want. No, I asked who would you rather be?
I mean, like, I guess there's, like, I don't know, a couple people that I would rather be no one, but if I had to be someone else.
I would like to have Oprah's money. That would be good.
Yeah, but, like, also think about this. Like, in our environment, at least over here, like, what's, like, probably, like, one of the strongest points you can stand from? A black woman's point. No one can argue with a black woman right now. You know what I mean? They, you know?
Yeah, I've got you, man.
It's their time to rise. And Oprah's, like, one of the strongest out of all of them. So.
You think she's going to lead them, man?
No, dude. Let's get off this topic because this is actually going down a bad. I shouldn't have said Oprah. I should have said someone else is rich. I just said Oprah.
You should have said somebody
like
white.
I know. I should have said someone white. I just said it because it was the first thing. I was like, "What's the exact opposite of me?" A black woman. Like,
yeah, but you did just think a black woman. You thought the exact opposite of me.
well,
It's
I'm not
Oprah.
gonna be like, yeah, I want to be a black woman living like, you know, like the way I live, like kind of like mediocre. Like, if I'm gonna be a black woman, I'd like to be a rich black woman and respected. And Oprah's pretty damn respected.
And have your own TV show and your own perfumes and your own fucking everything. She's got everything, does she?
I don't think she does a TV show anymore.
Does she not? She's retired.
No, I don't
from
think
all
she's
that.
done that for years.
I would have.
Hello,
fucking gave
everyone.
up a
Welcome
TV
to our
show.
Oprah podcast, where we're just gonna fucking talk about Oprah. All right, what's your question?
Yeah, man, I've got a cool pop trivia. Because
Pop culture trivia.
But because I don't normally come up with normal questions, we might as well just ask this one now and no keep it for the chaos versus order type thing. Right, dude, so I know you're going to say fuck you, or you might not say fuck you might get this right and become godlike.
I'm already godlike. In your mind, at least.
I was watching Jay and Silent Bob reboot for the second time last night, or remind me to tell you about what happened after I watched it the fucking first time.
You told me you cried.
Yeah, but other shit transpired.
You wet yourself?
Yeah, I watched it again and I thought, oh shit, I wonder if he's like watched this enough to, or he's paid attention enough to remember these, like the three joints that Silent Bob's got in his pocket, like the three joints left over from their enterprise, from their growing enterprise. What was the name of those three joints?
They were all, if I remember correctly, they were all like Clerks references, I believe. So it was like Berserker,
Yeah.
maybe Snoochie Boochies.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last one.
Yeah, you can't remember the first because in the order you got second and two and three right
Yeah,
now.
maybe something like Snowball or something. I don't know.
Oh, you got the first three letters right. Snowball. I forgot about Snowball.
Wait, well, I already said Snoochie Boochies, right?
Yeah.
Snoogans.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, now for bonus points.
Those aren't hard to get, to be fair.
For bonus coolness,
You just
then.
have to be a Kevin Smith fan and notice shit like that.
When were they three doobies used, and what were they used for?
Well, one of them was given to the Hater Tots guy.
I love him, man. He's awesome in Last Man on
Yeah.
Earth.
One of them was used at the end during the terrorist scene, you know, where everyone's being held hostage.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I've only seen the movie like once, to be fair. I can't remember where the. Well, no, I watched it. I watched it in theaters live, you know, in a fucking crowded theater in an uncomfortable seat with a bunch of people. Watched it there, and then I've watched it once at home, I believe. So I've only seen it twice. I can't quite recall. No, I do. It was the Ku Klux Klan.
That's right. That's it. That's the three of them,
Yeah.
man. He hotboxed them as well.
Yeah. So am I God now?
Yeah, you're godlike, mate. You're godlike. Right, here's another in then. Like, who was the burger chef in movies?
Oh, shut the fuck up! It was Andy McElfresh,
Yeah, it was,
motherfucker.
man.
I was
Yeah,
the
it was.
only one that yelled out in the theater when I saw him. I was like, "Yeah, fucking educate me, bitch!" I didn't say that, but I did yell out, "Yeah!" And when I saw Ralph,
Can you know what I
and
hated?
Mark.
Yeah, he was only in it for a second, and he didn't have any lines either, man.
well, yeah, I mean, neither did Andy though.
I suppose.
Well, I mean,
he
he,
did say,
yeah, he was just right in the background.
I was kind of gutted that how we got to see Ralph Garman's scene on the podcast. They showed you that for the just for the fans. Like we got, man, I genuinely thought he would have had a bigger part than that. Man, he really had such a fucking small part. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the trailer for? Sorry. Yeah, we're just gonna nerd out about Kevin Smith for a while. Have you seen the trailer for Kilroy was here? Or yeah,
No, I've seen
it's Kevin Smith's horror film that he did with like a film school down in Florida, and it's kind of an anthology. It's like all different stories based around this character Kilroy. Which do you know the origins of Kilroy?
No.
Okay, so have you ever seen that little doodle of like it's a dude, and he's like hanging his like just his the top of his head is over a wall, and he's got his fingers hanging over, and his nose is
yeah, I've
hanging
got
over,
you,
right?
man. Yeah.
That's Kilroy. It started in the popular theory of why it started is it started in World War II, and soldiers just started tagging it like it's graffiti in places to kind of just fuck with the Nazis. You know what I mean? Like if I am correct, it did start in World War II. I don't know if that's the official reason why it started, but that's like one of the common belief things. And so Kevin Smith sat there and he was like, well, he's like, someone has to have done a horror movie or any movie based off of this this character, Kilroy. You know, just it's this pretty nondescript character. All you really know is the big nose, right?
Yeah, and the bald
And,
head, and he's watching you.
And I think he might have done this on Edumacation with Andy. He might have come up with this one. I do believe he came up with it on a podcast. That's where most of his latest movies, except for Reboot, he came up with on a podcast. You know, fucking Tusk, Yoga Hosers, fucking. Anyways, so Kevin Smith decided to make a horror film for it, and for the longest time, like they filmed it like 2 years ago or something, like or either early 2019 or late 2018, right? It's been filmed for a while, and they did it in works with a school down in Florida, and they recently dropped the trailer. And the reason I'm bringing it up, well, first off, because you should check it out. You're a Kevin Smith fan. But second off, Ralph Garman's role in this
Is he Kilroy?
is a child raping priest.
Oh, yeah, man. That's a great role.
Like,
Dude, the first time I asked Grant Morrison to play the priest in that script I wrote a long time ago, his first reaction was, "Is he a rapist?" And no, is he a pederast? And I'm like, nah. He's like, well, I'm no fucking doing it then. I'm like, that's awesome. He turned down the role because the priest wasn't a rapist.
to be honest, I don't think he would have done the role anyways. He's probably just like, let me give this fucking dude a reason why I'm not gonna do that. 'Cause I don't want to do that. He's like, I don't want to.
I gotta
do that,
give him
so-
something.
Yeah, he's like, let me just give him something random that he'll remember.
It's
And he
got-
did.
And he buys my comics, man. I want to still keep
Yeah,
buying
it's-
me shit.
I
Sorry,
bet
kid, he's no
it's like
rapey enough for me.
He's probably like, I bet if I whipped it out right now, he'd get on his knees.
Well,
In your head, you're like, man, I hope he whips it out so I can get on my knees.
that's why his wife fucked off instantly. She went, he's way to whip it out now, is he? Right, I better leave these fanboys to it.
Yeah.
But we got
'Cause he
distracted.
gay.
We got distracted by the night.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Gilroy. I'm looking at the pictures right now, man.
It
He's
the
big long
trailer
head.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Of course, Harley's in it, Jay's in it. You know,
All right.
it looks good. Reboot though, I should watch it again.
Was he made it like an old style poster? Jackie Cooper and Jackie Coogan.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
Two famous fucking actors for back in the day. There is a movie called Kilroy Was Here. I just googled Kilroy Was Here movie, and yeah, that was
Okay,
there's
man.
two of them. There's two. One of them's Kevin Smith, and one of them's from like it looks like 1920s or some shit, man. It might be the 40s, whenever the war was.
You don't know when World War II was?
Well, that was in the 40s, but was the movie made then? Was that a thing? That's what I'm talking about. I'm on Google Images like a dickhead. Should be.
I
on
know.
fire.
I'm just sitting here like you're not responding. You're just like, what's this? And you're saying random names and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Well, the fucking viewers will be able to know what I'm
I mean-
talking about because the thing's recorded.
I mean, hey, if you want to fucking share your screen with me, I mean, you can go on Discord and share your screen. Then I
Yeah.
can see what the fuck you're talking about. But I'd
That's
rather
right.
not, because I'd rather not get a look into your mind. It's fine. I
I'd
don't need
rather
to-
not show anybody right now. Anyway.
I don't need to see your bookmarks and all that shit.
Mm,
So
good.
you didn't really answer earlier. What are you doing talking to my lady? Huh? Message
Well-
on my lady?
You never answered my. Well, I answered you with another question: is what you doing disappearing off the face of the planet?
Yeah, and then I responded. Actually, I talked to you like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been a long 3 days, mate.
I've been working, man. I work 10 hours a day. I'm honestly only like up and awake for about 6 hours, 7 hours, and then I'm sleeping and then I'm working, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like work, even though I work 10, it still takes about like 11, 12 just through driving and everything, you know, and I got to get some sleep. So yeah, my week goes by real quick, but I'm just really busy the whole week. Also, I've been reading a shit ton lately.
What you reading?
There's a really, really good series. The author is Brandon Sanderson. Exactly how it sounds. And the series is the Mistborn novels. Honestly, it's one of my favorite. Like, it starts out with a trilogy, and then at the end of the trilogy, it like the world changes and it jumps 300 years into the future, and like the first trilogy is kind of like not necessarily medieval, but like more like, you know, unadvanced civilization. You know, they still have carriages and stuff, but there's magic in the world. A very unique type of magic, though. It's not like you can summon flames or anything, you know, like that. But then the second trilogy, it's the trilogy I'm on now, it's advanced it to the point where there's like railroads and electricity, electric lights, and like there's cars are just starting to become a thing, and, you know, guns and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's really
what's-
interesting.
What's the story like? What's the characters? What's going on? What's the deal?
So the first trilogy, the premise that the author, because I've done some research into it, like I've watched videos of him talking about it. The premise he had for the world that he set it in is, what if this was a world where the Dark Lord won, and he was able to change the world how he wanted, and it's been stuck like that for 1,000 years with him in charge. First book, it's a heist book. It's a group of like the best thieves in the land, led by this one guy, and the goal is to overthrow the government and finally bring freedom to the common people, because society is broken into literally two
so
classes.
It's kind of like
There's-
nowadays, then, yeah.
Well, no, like in like horrible. Like there's the noblemen who have all rights, and then there's they call them ska, SKAA, and the ska who like literally like a nobleman looks at you and you look at him and he doesn't like that, he can kill you, and nothing happens. You know what I mean? It's like literally like the worst. It like type of system. Like ska don't get paid anything. They work for the noblemen. Like they're just slaves.
Yeah,
Every
man.
single ska is a slave essentially, except for like like these thieves that are the underground. The thing that makes it unique is the type of magic in the books. There's three types of magic: allomancy, a feruchemistry, can't say that right, and hetemalurgy. I am butchering those words, but that's because
Easy
typically
for you to say.
when I'm reading a fantasy book
You just
or
fly
sci-fi
through
book,
it, man.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I fly through it, and like I sit there and when I see the author has created a word, I don't bother trying to sound it out. I just instinctively, in my head, boom, that word means that thing. I don't need to sound it out. It's fine. Just move on. So like when I say them out, I'm like, I do know allomancy is the right way to say that, and that one is not my favorite, but it's the coolest. So what it is you can, if you are an allomancer and you are mistborn, like the main character, the guy that's leading the thieving guild, he's leading the heist. You can ingest metal, bits of metal, different types of metal, and then you can um, activate them. They call it burning the metal inside of you, and use that to cause an effect. So some of the simple things that you can do is like if you have iron and steel, you've swallowed a little bit of iron and a little bit of steel, you can push and pull on any metal source around you. But it's not finely
Did it
tuned
put
like
gold?
Magneto. You can't grab it and hold it, right? You literally push or you pull, and it's all based on weight.
But
So
you
say
have to
I
have
take
the elements inside you to make so you could do
yes,
that
you,
though.
you literally have to so the main metals are iron, steel, tin, pewter, zinc, brass, copper, and bronze. Those are the main ones that the characters use. And when I say it's based on weight, so like what they will do to get around is they will put a coin on the ground and then they will push against that coin. And now because the ground is 100 times heavier than they are, 1,000 times, this will rocket them into the air. It'll shoot them up, right? They then like if there's something behind them, they push on that and that'll send them flying in an arc like over a building. So they make like leaps by pushing on the stuff, but they have to be very strategic and intelligent about it. That's just two of the powers. Say if you have tin and you burn it, it increases all of your senses, so you can see better. You can feel every thread in your clothing. You can feel the wind against your skin. You know what I mean? Like you can hear something from 100 yards away.
So
If you
what's the
burn pewter,
what's the process though? Do like how do they just swallow it and then their body
so
burns
so
it for
so
them?
what they do is you only need to run your powers for a certain amount of time. You only really need like flakes of it, right? So they'll take powder or flakes of it, and they'll put it in a little alcohol solution and put it in a little flask. And then when they need to, they will open that or not like a little tiny glass
Yeah,
vial, I
yeah,
guess.
man.
They'll open the little glass vial, and they'll drink down the contents, and then boom, they can use them as long as it's in there. Like they're all limited though. Like you can run out of everything. It's not gonna stay there forever. That's why you have to keep multiple vials on you,
And then do
and
you need to take double strength because you can't get the same hit anymore? Double dunting them, taking
no,
three
no,
at a
no, no.
time.
It's you don't gain tolerance to it. You will grow stronger with it, but the same amount will always power the same amount. You
Cool.
know what I mean?
Sounds like a lot of shit though. Some fantasy bullshit.
All right, well, let's talk about something else then, faggot. You asked me.
Yeah, well, because I genuinely was interested, but it just
No, you're
doesn't sound
not.
up my
Fuck
street,
you.
man. On it, no,
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I was interested because you seem to be quite into it. Now that I know what it is, I'm not really. It's not my bag, mate.
You stopped me a lot earlier. You
I'm-
could have said, "Hey, this sounds all sounds cool, but I don't really give a shit."
I didn't decide I didn't give a shit till that moment. Yeah,
I didn't even get to tell you about the other two types of fucking magic.
I don't even want to know. I like Darren Brown. He's good at magic. He's the only magic.
Fuck
that I like.
off, you and your fucking Darren Brown fucking boyfriend. Jesus
What about
Christ.
Paul Daniels? I like Paul Daniels. He was good at magic. He was Wisbit, and Wisbit stood about 3 feet high, and he hopped up this
I
way
don't,
and
I don't
hopped
even know
up
what the
that
fuck
way.
you're talking about.
Paul Daniels,
And to
one
be
of the
honest,
greatest magicians
I
of all
don't care.
time.
How's it make you feel, bitch?
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Fuck you. I want to say, anyone who likes to read fantasy, go fucking check out the Mistborn books.
I'm going to tell Harris
Because-
about that because he's into that stuff, man. He likes a bit of fantasy reading.
I mean, you didn't even let me finish. Like, god damn it.
I've got.
I just want to say, because this is kind of cool. The second form of magic allows you to store physical attributes inside a piece of metal and then pull upon that later when you need. So if you wanted to heal yourself really quickly, like say you get shot with a gun and you want to heal that bullet wound, you could spend like 2 weeks being sick, storing your health inside like a golden ring that you wear on your finger. And then if someone shoots you, you can tap that health and instantly heal yourself.
It's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool. I mean,
It's kind of comic book fucking superhero esque, is it? And like the boys, man, that's kind of shit that they would get up to, so they could go and beat up superheroes and stuff. Oh, that's not happened in the boys.
like the boys.
Because that's a comic book, mate. It's a comic book. No none of your fantasy pish. Comic books are based on real things.
No, they're not, you dumbass.
Yeah, they are. The boys comic book are based on some mad fucking group of real humans with no superpowers whatsoever that went about
Right,
knocking
right.
shit at Superman and the Justice League to keep them in line when they were getting high above their stations.
You realize the boys is a fucking knockoff of Watchmen, right?
Nah.
Essentially, yeah, it's a fucking
Nah.
group of non-powered people fighting against someone who actually has powers. Like the boys has no basis of reality because there are people with superpowers in it.
You do know, like, every superhero thing that's ever been on TV or comic book is superheroes fighting people with no powers. It's been the thing since day one, man. Before somebody thought, holy shit, let's give them super villains. And they still fought people with no powers then as well.
What are you talking about? No,
People with powers have always fought people with no powers.
fucking baseless claims.
It's true.
It's not
You know
true.
it. You know it.
Fuck you. If it's fantasy shit you like, it's cool. But if it's fantasy shit I like, fuck. I don't give a fuck about him. I'm gonna keep reading my book.
You keep reading your book, man.
If you could live in any place, time, like real fiction, any like existence at all, but you would have to just be a normal person. Like you couldn't
Just be me.
like say, yeah, I guess, but like kind of like boring, like just a normal boring person. Like, like say if you're in like comic book world, you want to live in the Marvel universe, you don't ever get powers. You don't ever really get rich. You never get famous.
But
You
I could live in New York where Spider-Man exists, and I could hang out a window and see him swing past every now and again.
You could, yeah.
Because that would be pretty cool.
That would be one of the stupidest fucking choices you could ever make. But yeah,
Well, if you
could.
were only going to be a normal cunt living a normal life, well, why not live in New
I'm
York?
gonna be fucking a normal dude in one of the most dangerous fucking universes in fiction.
You're right.
Like,
Yeah. It's
that
no
shit's always
Spider-Man
get-
doesn't
New
swing through the
York,
streets
too.
for fun. He's always
No, no,
chasing
you-
bad guys.
You didn't even pick like Kansas, where at least like it's like in the middle of nowhere, and like maybe Superman would show up if some bad shit happens. No, you picked New York. Like, sorry, cross universes there. My bad. I realize it. I get it. I get. My point is,
I don't
New
think I
York
would
is
pick
a
Kansas anyway, because Kansas is fucking.
well, I wouldn't pick Kansas. No one picks Kansas. all right?
Tornado territory.
Oh yeah, fuck that, dude. Ugh. I grew up in Texas. I've literally been in a tornado.
Really? Shit hot, man.
Well, like I wasn't sucked up or anything, but
I
was
got
in a building.
sucked off from a tornado. I just whipped my dick up.
It's like, yeah, you want to suck something, tornado? Suck on this. My mom, my sister, my brother-in-law are like, get the fuck back inside. Like, I'm getting some suckage. Woo! I start lifting off the ground like, oh.
Yeah, say my name, tornado. Say my name.
No, but I was in a building where tornado like ripped up parts of the ceiling and like tipped, like outside I could see a semi truck tipped over, and I actually went outside and saw the clouds spinning in the sky.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah, pretty
We've had
intense.
tiny wee, like, no, you wouldn't. I don't know. They're still classed as tornadoes, but they're no tornadoes, mate. They're nothing like them, man.
Yeah,
and
up
fucking,
like this, like up in that kind of weather. Yeah.
no, I don't think Dundee's ever had any.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say like
I
northern
just meant in-
areas don't really get tornadoes because it's it's just not proper environment.
So can I have like a job? Like, am I allowed to be like a gardener?
Okay, I'll let you pick your job,
Okay.
but like I said, it can't ever be anything that leads to fame
No.
or riches. You can find something that you'll be well off. You can
Well,
live comfortable.
I was thinking a gardener who lives on, like, he's got the beach house, well, the guest house kind of thing on Tony Stark's fucking floating
Again-
island thing, man. And he's
Again, you're
fucking-
going fucking for Marvel.
If you
Why do you
see-
keep sticking on Marvel?
Well, here's the deal. Anything that I think of, like every city and every comic book city, there's always fucking shit going on, shit getting explored. Like, I don't want to
Dude.
live in Gotham. I don't want to live in Smallville.
There's Star Wars.
Ah, right.
Any number of planets. There's books. Harry Potter. There's fucking any fiction. You could go live in the Dune universe and get high on that spice. Get those blue eyes going. See the future. Fucking be like Moadi, Moadi. You know, like fuck. Come on, think. Don't get stuck on Marvel just because I said Marvel first.
I think maybe Planet Earth in the Star Trek future would be pretty cool, because that would be quite, like, everything would be super
Yeah.
advanced with it.
Pussy shit, but okay. Everyone's fucking wearing like gay like unitard clothes and shit.
With no pockets.
Yeah, fucking, okay. I mean, there's still the Borg out there too.
Trying to think of what my favorite, like, because even like my favorite TV shows, my favorite movies, they're all still, you wouldn't want to fucking live there.
Well, like imagine this, and I wouldn't do this because fuck, it would be insane. But you're best friends with Rick Sanchez in the Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? Like
Ah, never
right,
even,
like
yeah, holy shit.
anything. You could Spaced, right? You love Spaced.
Yeah,
You could
Space is
fucking
pretty
be.
cool.
You could live down the street from. Actually, sorry, you couldn't be
Yeah,
Rick
I'd
Sanchez's
live in
best
live in
friend.
the same building as the guys in space, because that
You
was
could.
yeah.
But I just realized you could not be Rick Sanchez's best friend. You could live in the Rick and Morty world, but being his best friend would give you some part of notoriety,
Yeah, but
fame,
then-
whatever. You,
But
so
then
you would
you'd still
but
be like, dude, thought I was your best friend. Like, why the fuck do you take this kid everywhere with you? What's going on with you and this kid, Rick? I think I'm going to need to get back to you on that.
I think you're just kind of like writing it off. You're like, I don't really feel like putting any thought into it. So fuck
Well,
Frank.
I said New York Spider-Man time.
Fine, if you want New York
shot,
Spider-Man,
no, but
you
listen,
can
you
have-
shot that down, and then it says fucking Star Trek, and you're like boring as fuck. So everything I'm saying, you're like, nah, you're shooting it down. So I need to think about
Look,
something that you're like, okay,
here's the
now I
thing.
appreciate it,
Here's the
Frankie. You
thing,
could live
Frankie.
there.
What you're not realizing is if you want these places, you have to defend them with conviction. You can't just fold the second I say, "Oh, a little gay," right? You got to be like, "Oh, yeah, no, the most highest like fucking point that humans could reach in civilization. You know, we fucking literally make peace with aliens." And they're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool, right? Yeah." You know, like, but no, you don't even fight back. You're just like, "Yeah, you're right. It is a little gay."
Did you know why? Because I got a couple of muffins last night, right? Did I tell you about the time I gave Harris a muffin and he was like, he thought he was going to die?
No, was it a?
Yeah, it was an edible thing, man. So of course, because it was fucking a muffin. You eat muffins; they're edibles. So he didn't. I got him another one last night. He didn't want it, so I had it for breakfast. And so right now, I'm kind of man. That's how I'm
that's
like,
great.
yeah.
That's great. All right, well, come on. Let's think of another one. What kind of place are you thinking?
What were you thinking then? Like, what did you have in mind? Because you must have had
Me?
some kind of idea to shoot down mines, to shoot down every one of mine.
What do you mean?
Hmm?
Me?
Yeah. What idea? Where would you live?
I asked you the question.
So you have, so you had no answer. You had never nothing thought out yourself for where you would choose.
Let's be fair.
Dude,
I don't really want to tell you.
Nah, listen. Am I allowed to change the fate of planets? So like, if I
No,
live
you
there,
can't bring Krypton back.
oh, you knew that's where it was way to go, because that would be amazing. I'd live on Krypton if
Change the-
Krypton just stayed alive.
But I did say that you can choose any time, any place. You can't bring Krypton back to modern time, but Krypton existed for.
Yeah, and like as long as I die an old man, live a long happy life before the planet dies.
See-
Put me there.
I mean, I did. To be fair, I did have an idea, but I don't know, I was talking about it earlier, and you just kind of really shot me down, and you were like, "I don't really care about your fucking perfect world that you think is cool because it's fantasy gay shit." Now you know how it feels when people tear down the worlds you love. To be
What?
fair, though, like right now in my mind, I would like if I could fucking. Now I wouldn't want to go to the Mistborn world because I wouldn't be able to have the powers. I would be able to have them. I'm just not allowed to get rich or be. Nah, it'd be hard to not be rich or famous
So
with powers
like,
like that.
all humans, well, all the people there, they could like they just need
No,
to
no,
have
no.
them
It's
drink-
very,
drink
it's very
this shit.
rare.
So how do people find out that they've got the ability to turn this shit into powers?
Thought you
then?
didn't fucking care.
All right, yeah, I don't. No,
Okay,
no, I don't.
actually,
No, I
it's,
don't.
it's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. They have to be beaten. Like they have to go through a traumatic event in their life,
Ah.
and the easiest way, because in the first book, the only people who had the power were supposed to be noble people, noblemen. The easiest way they would figure out if their children had it is at a young age they would have their children beaten to within an inch of their life. Pretty brutal shit.
Yep. And so, because
And
it was
if
within
you had
an
it-
inch, within an inch of your life, so
Yeah.
they still survived. But
Well,
yeah.
some of them had the ability, and that
Got
would
really good at
make it come out, and other ones didn't.
And so the ones with the abilities, did their scars heal and shit? And like from the beating
I
that
mean,
they got.
depending on what their ability were, like not everyone could burn every metal. It was like one in a million could burn every metal. 1 in 1,000 could burn one metal only.
Is it possible for your father to not have any powers, but you
Yeah.
to still have?
Yeah, it's genetic. It's genetic, so it can skip lines.
Must be shite being a parent, right? And you've no got the powers. And
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
I've
Oh,
got
yeah.
to beat my kid, but what if he doesn't have the powers either, and I've just beat him, and I know what it feels like, and it's no fucking
Well,
nice.
see, most of these noblemen were fucking evil people that didn't really give a shit.
That's
So,
why you love it, because they're all noblemen and your name's Noble. I see the connection now. You're like,
they
holy shit, that's
most
my,
of
that's my
them
homies.
died, bro. No, that's not. Yeah, you're right. That's my connection. I'm like, these evil bastards. I fucking love him. Look at him beat his son. Fucking beat him again. He doesn't have powers. Beat him because he doesn't have powers. Fucking fool. Fuck, I'd beat him 3 times just to be sure. Fucking shut up.
I wish I beat him when he was younger.
Fucking bitch. Wait, looks at me now with that one fucking squinty
That one
eye because
good
it'll
eye.
never heal.
He did want to have a game of I Spy. He's like, fuck you.
Fuck you, Dad.
Who wrote
Anyways,
this, man?
Brandon Sanderson.
Ah, you said that. You actually opened up the conversation by telling
That's
me
all
who
right.
wrote
That's
it.
all right. You also informed me that you've been eating some shit apparently,
Eat some shit.
and that shit
Eat
can
pieces
affect
of
your
shit
brain.
like you for breakfast.
It'll really soil your brain when you eat shit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing I will say about this author is he has multiple series of books out, right? And a lot of them he has connected in the sense of they all exist in the same universe, but they are all in their own solar systems,
Cool.
which is
it's
kind of cool.
That's kind of like the inside of Brainiac's ship.
I get what you're saying.
You get the reference,
But-
did you?
But no, because Brainiac captures cities, and then he steals those cities and he shrinks them and he puts them on display in his ship. This author literally created a universe like space, stars, planets, and he said all of my stories happen in this one universe, but they happen in different solar systems. So each solar system has its own sun, you know what I mean, and its own planets.
Yeah.
That's why magic is different in each one, because it's like different. Well, I'm not gonna get into it, but
Because we did.
yeah, and you don't care. So
And then I did care.
I know
And then
I gave
didn't.
you a place that I want to live. Give me another place another one you want to live in.
I'd like to live in the. I know what I'd like to be. I'd like to be the. Because there was bound to be a
Ooh,
kid.
I've got a good one. Okay,
There's bound to
after
be a
yours, I got
kid
a good one.
kicking about, right? The Tom and Jerry universe. You know the wifey that chased them around.
Yeah. Yeah.
She clearly had a kid kicking around, right? I'd love to have been that kid watching all day this cat and mouse knock the shit out of each other. That would have been a good time, a good way to spend your day. Like that would have been nice.
You know,
Yeah, that would be.
I'll give you that one. That's a good one. I would go with that one too. Just if nothing else, to be like, no one's gonna fucking believe this.
Yeah, get your phone out. I'm filming this shit, man. Look.
No one's gonna fucking believe this. Okay, I've got a good one. Do you know the borrowers?
Yeah, man.
The
Dude, I used to wish they were real because I was a
Right?
kid when they first come out. I was like,
So,
I'd
here's
leave
the
food
cool
in that for them. It turned out to be ants. I was feeding ants.
I would totally want to be a borrower. You could do that because you're never gonna be famous as a borrower.
Nope.
You're like, and you just live, borrowing shit. Have you
Ooh,
seen?
Dude, have you not got Have you not got? Well, suppose you're on the kind of the same climate as me. So
Yeah.
I was about to say you've not got some mad fucking poisonous insects that you would have to battle off and shit. But
No,
yeah,
I mean,
your spiders will be about the same
spiders
size as
and
ours, man.
shit.
yeah.
But I mean, we get black widows, but they're not huge. We don't get really. Speaking of big spiders, Jake, my buddy,
Yeah.
lives down in Arizona. His neighbor had a tarantula in his fucking driveway the other day.
Yeah, dude, I seen the photo that he posted on Facebook of that.
Do you know what Okay, Jake the other day. Do you know what
I thought tarantulas were pets as well until I saw that. I thought
They-
only
they-
used
they
as
can be.
pets.
They can be, yeah. But do you know what a tarantula hawk wasp is? I think I'm saying that right.
No. No, I don't.
It is a wasp that has like one of the most painful stings in the world. Jake found a dead one in his fucking pool the other day.
Dang.
Like,
Right, so it must have just drowned. Nothing. Yeah.
fuck,
yeah.
Fuck that. But that means, dude, that they're
means
in
that-
his
yeah,
area.
Yeah,
Like,
they're around there somewhere, man.
fuck that shit.
Did he phone?
Anyways.
Did he phone the what would you call it, pest control authority dudes to let them know that he found
No.
that, because they might want to know about that, like.
He sent a photo to all of us.
As you do, man. the first thing you do.
Come on. But no, I think it'd be cool to be a borrower. Like,
Okay,
I love
yeah.
how everything in their story is like made up of like scavenged shit
Okay,
and
right. So
everything.
where would you what? I know it's not your house. You're living within the floorboards and shit. But what house would you live in? What would be the ideal house to be a borrower in? And would you still be in America?
Ooh.
Would you?
Fuck no.
Would you live in like the royalty, like in the fucking a palace somewhere or some shit, man?
No, but I was just gonna say I think I would do like London or maybe New York or something, like a bigger
Well,
city.
New York, the most dangerous city in the world. Yeah.
Not in this one. We don't have fucking super gods coming down from space, fucking trying to devour the planet named Galactus.
And the
all
Green
right?
Goblin running around blowing shit up.
Yeah, this is regular, and also we're not seen. You know what I mean? Like, borrowers are hidden. You know.
Mhm.
But that'd be cool. Have you seen
Oh,
the?
man, are you allowed to crossovers? Like, be a borrower in the DC or Marvel universe, so you could at least
know what?
maybe bump into Ant-Man at one point.
You
or
know
some
what?
shit.
I'm gonna allow it.
Yeah, a borrower. Just so
Yeah.
a borrow. Yeah, just so you could go here.
I still
fuck.
wouldn't pick
Like,
New
dude,
York in that sense, though.
Dude, right. So a borrower, his natural size is the fucking tiny wee thing, right?
Yeah.
What do you reckon would happen if a borrower put on Ant-Man's suit and pressed the hit large button?
Become a normal man.
Yeah, but would it fuck him up? Because, like, I don't know, man.
Why? Does it fuck Ant-Man up when he becomes a giant?
No, but oh.
No. Borrow, yeah. Oh, I'm picturing a good story now. Well, to be fair, I would go DC and I would go the Atom. You may like Ant-Man more.
Yeah, man.
I like
'cause he's at
I
least,
like
yeah. He's got flight.
I like
and
Ray
shit, man.
Palmer better. So I would
and
go.
And Ray Palmer's got the smarts to get out of situations and design his tech.
Yeah.
Ant-Man's
Yeah.
just got a costume that was passed down to him from fucking somebody else.
And also, I would go the original, like, comic book Ray Palmer, not the TV show where he's wearing like an Iron Man suit. Literally, this dude goes based off of his physical skills, his mental skills, and his ability to control his size, weight, mass, all that shit, like. So, story I'm thinking of is he finds like a city of borrowers, like in a town or whatever, and he's like amazed, and he's like walking around, and he gets into it with one of them, and they knock him out by accident, and they steal his fucking belt, and then he's fucking stuck in the borrower fucking city trying to get it back, and meanwhile these dudes don't know what the fuck they're doing, so there's like rumors of like a large person has found the fucking city, we're gonna have to evacuate, because it's just like the thug who fucking took it, and he like grew too big, and he stomped on some shit.
Somebody's at my door. Somebody's at
Uh-oh.
my door. Good news, everyone. That was the postman delivering my new router.
Router? Oh, you just got it?
Yeah, so that's me way to get super fast. On the
Oh, nice. So yeah,
Superfast, man.
next weekend we could do a stream if we want.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we should.
Alright.
If you're going to be awake for a bit, well, I'll have to go through the whole process of setting it
No,
up.
I
and
said
shit,
I
man,
said
yeah.
next weekend.
No, but I mean, we're going to have to test it first, though.
Oh yeah, we can test it. We can do a test commercial this week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we could even do that tomorrow or whatever.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, no, I think that's decided. We're both gonna be borrowers. You're gonna live in the Marvel universe, and I'm gonna live in the DC universe. And we'll have a way of jumping back and forth so we can visit each other.
Yeah, man. We'll have the. It's usually the Christmas specials when they do the crossover shit like that, is it? So we'll be like by some Christmas miracle we can talk to each other once a year.
Once a year. if we go to the same spot in each universe and sit on the same bench and like look over, we'll feel that the other one's there. It's
You're
almost
like, I'm
like
going to sit on this side so this guy sits on my dick.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I was like, it's almost like if I touch my dick, I'm actually feeling his right now.
And he can feel me feeling his because of this crossover thing, and he'll be slapping it, like trying to slap your hand off, when really he's slapping your dick, and you're like, yeah, keep slapping.
Yeah. Never had it like this before.
And the old guy on the next bench is like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
He's just calling the cops, like, yeah, no.
They're filming it as well. Eh? You young stupid bastard! You'll be
There's
going
some
to jail
Scottish
for this.
dude with there's some Scottish dude with his dick out smacking it. Although, aren't you a borrower? You're not sitting on a bench. There are no benches that size. We're both borrowers.
Man, there must have been lots of episodes of The Borrowers where they actually went out, like
Is there a
proper
TV show?
outside. Oh, did you never see it? Oh man, I fucking loved the
No.
TV. Oh, there was,
I've only
that's
seen the
what-
movies.
Yeah, man, that was the TV show when I was a kid. That's what I was like.
Oh, it's books. It started out as books. You
shit,
know
oh,
that, right?
I didn't know that. I thought the
Yeah.
thing was a TV show.
Okay, so it was. I saw a movie and it came out in I believe the 90s. I want to say like 97. And get this, fucking Draco Malfoy, the fucking homeboy who plays
Yeah,
Draco Malfoy. He is in it as a little kid. He's it's a family of borrowers. The story of the movie is family of borrowers, and
Is that got Martin Freeman in it as well? Is it that one?
no,
I'm sure Martin Freeman's in one of the Borrowers movies.
I don't think so. Martin Freeman. Oh fuck! Sorry, I was thinking of someone else. I don't know. Maybe.
The guy from
Anyways.
the British Office. He was in the British Office.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Sorry,
I
you
was
might have been
thinking of-
thinking of
I was
Morgan
thinking of-
Freeman.
Yes,
like, nah, it's
yes,
the other guy.
yes. That's why I was like, no, and then I was like, and then I said it like 2 times to myself, and I was like, oh, Martin. Okay, of course I know who he is.
That'd be
Fucking,
amazing if Morgan Freeman was in the
Bilbo.
Borrowers. Oh,
fucking
man.
Bilbo.
Wonder how much money he'd get paid to be a borrower, man.
But no, they BBC did one as well in 2011, I believe. That's really good. And then Studio Ghibli did an animated one, The Secret Life of Arrietty, that is also really good. I like I said, I love The Borrowers. I gotta look up if there's more.
I'm just googling.
I didn't
the
know there was a
TV
TV show.
series. 1992 it was out.
The TV show?
Yeah. Ah, right. It was the
Oh,
1952 novel. Cool. Shit, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said it. It was
I didn't realize it was quite old, the novel, man.
okay, so yeah, no, there is a 97 film and a 2011 film. Those are the 2 films that I've seen, the live action ones that I've seen. All right, so let's stop looking this shit up because that's really not that interesting. I got another question I could ask you.
Going then.
All right, so you are in charge of your own nation, right?
Holy shit. Okay.
And you're at war with the nation next to you,
Mm-hmm. Got ya.
and you need to raise an army,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't raise human soldiers because that's been outlawed. There's a new type of warfare in the world. You have to train a force of animals to fight for you. What type of animal do you pick?
I'm thinking, and these animals, they like for me, they train easy. I'm good at training all that. Like so, I could like. they're no
I don't
problem.
know. I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to explain how you're gonna train them. Maybe I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Depends on the animal. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're thinking. Like,
Because
I mean, you could say like, oh, I want piranhas, and I don't know if you'd be able to train piranhas. I mean, you'd have to explain that
I'm
one to me.
thinking of.
But if you said like dogs, I'd be like, well, I'm pretty sure you could figure out dogs. Maybe I don't know.
Mhm. But I'm thinking big cats, like panthers, like a like real black panthers.
Just
Some-
Black Panthers.
Well, So yeah, something stealthy, something big, so it could actually take down fucking
you
whatever
want,
it needs to
like
take down, but it has to
like
be
just an
stealthy,
entire army
fast.
of just stealth units?
Well, they'll be stealthy, they'll be fast as fuck, and they'll be super, super brutal. Man, they'll get the job done. They're strong, fast, could fucking hide under radar,
All right,
undetected
so
by radar.
you're gonna so they're gonna be like, so just Black Panthers, like strong. What do
But
you how are you gonna train
so
them?
I've
How
got
are you
my
gonna train
whole
them to
animal
fight?
kingdom then. For fuck knows, man. That's what I'm like. That's why I asked
Well,
to
like,
start off with. Is it easy for me to train them? Can I just say like, right, guys, here's the deal.
Well,
That's the enemy.
not
Here's a
how.
tin
Like,
of tuna.
what are
They're
your
pals.
tactics? Sorry, what do you? What, let me rephrase. What are your tactics gonna be? Like, what do you like? Do you want them all to be stealthy, like sneak and like sneak attack and shit?
No, but that'll be part of their, like Batman will be part of their artillery or whatever you call it. It'll be fucking part of their fucking thing, their training.
Stealth.
Everything that Batman knows, but in cat form, so they could fight like fuck. They could get through any smart their way through any fucking barrier they need to smart their way through,
Okay.
and they
Okay.
could be fast and stealthy at the same time.
All right. Now you realize they're not going to be fighting humans. They're going to be
Ah, right.
fighting another. They're going to be fighting another force of animals.
All right,
I
cool.
should have clarified that.
Well, that's just
And
well.
and
Okay, then.
that
The
other
Panthers,
nation. They
the Panthers are
let me
they're
let
like
me.
my paratroopers then, right? So I'm allowed a whole army of animals.
Well, I mean, you're only allowed to pick like one group of animal to choose. You know.
Well, there's a lot of different breed of cats. Big
Okay, well, that's
cats.
what I was asking. That's what I was asking. Did you only want Black Panthers? You only wanted stealth units, or are you
Right,
gonna
cool. No,
you're gonna
no,
like
right, cool. I've
take
got you. Right, so
tigers as like
the
your
Black
main, or
Panthers,
you know, I don't know, like
they're my paratroop fucking
Okay.
regiment. They go in and clear a path for the bigger animals coming through later, man.
okay,
Like
okay.
rhinos, rhinos and shit.
No, you can't have rhinos. You can't have rhinos.
Well, I thought I was allowed. All right, yeah, it's cats. I'm on cats.
Cats, yeah. So you can have tigers and
Can
and
I have a
lions
rhino
and-
painted up like a cat? Can like wee whiskers on,
No,
painted on its
no.
face? Here,
No,
what if that rhino identifies as a cat?
well, that's gay, and he'd be shot because a rhino's a rhino. That's all I gotta say. So, like, hey, rhino, fuck off! You're not in this army. I'm like, what about like rights? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, this is Frankie land. This is how Frankie Kent wants it to be done. Me personally,
I don't want it to be
personally,
done
I
like
would be
that.
like, hey, rhino, you want to recognize as a cat? You come right in, rhino buddy. But you and your nation, I get it. You have to hold up the standards. I get you would shoot him.
Well, it's just one less rhino, is it?
Right. Okay. So you're gonna do all cats then.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Well, it's probably the only species that I can.
I mean,
have.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a great choice.
Mhm.
Fantastic. If you hadn't chosen cats, I would have chosen cats.
Yeah, because even yeah,
Oh,
there's
did I not
there's
tell
no
you?
that enough. There's no that amount of bears that would like different types of
Did-
like bears are.
Yeah.
they're all big and clunky and shit, man. They might
Did
be
I not
fast
tell
and
you that-
strong, but
The other
and
nation
clunky.
that you're at war with, the other nation you're at war with is me. So you're going up
and
against me.
and I just told you all my tactics. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's clever, boy. That's clever.
So you got big cats? Damn, that's fucking tough. I don't know how I'd beat it. I'm gonna pick birds, and I'm gonna train them to drop anything I want, like in every type of bird. I'm gonna have eagles,
Yeah,
falcons,
dude.
hawks,
The
all that
fucking-
shit.
The
And-
Scottish Seahawk is the biggest fucking predatory fucking bird. Like it's fucking gigantic, man. Man, that's scary. Just see, like when they do the bird shows. I've stood next to it at a bird show. Dude, that fucking thing's intimidating, man. Yeah, just that coming out like my cats are fucked. A whole bunch of them chasing
Yeah,
after my
yeah,
cats.
I know.
I'm telling you, my cats.
I
are
mean,
because you
I
can
know,
just
right?
swoop
Like,
in, man. That thing can swoop in and probably pick up a panther and then
Not only that,
smash it
though-
into the rocks.
Not only that though, bro. Like I trained all the smaller ones to like drop bombs and shit.
Tiny wee budgies.
Like, yeah,
We got
Yeah,
your back,
like,
yo.
a bunch of them. I even trained to like kamikaze and shit because I'm like, come on, we got so many of you pigeons. Like, just like kamikaze, you know? Yeah, dude. Like, so.
Yeah, I like that. Builds versus,
I
because that's
win
the natural
this
enemies. They're
war.
natural enemies of each other as well, eh? The cat
Yeah,
and the
I
bird.
win this. I win this war. Cats beat birds. Frank beats Frankie. You've just been franked. That's it.
Bastard.
Birds beat cats. I just said that wrong.